Welcoming everybody to another interview here on Granbury TV. Today is May the 14th, 2012, and I am blessed to be here with a great group. And from Experience Works, I have Chuck Eater. He is going to bring in these lovely ladies. I'll let you introduce them here in just a few moments. But we wanted to bring this out to everybody because you deal with something that a lot of people don't know, that they have resources like this out there. Tell us a little bit about Experience Works and how it works.
Well, folks, glad to be here today. I'm going to read this so you have it straight from the horse's mouth. Experience Works is a national, charitable, community-based nonprofit that helps seniors get the training, support services, and job development assistance they need to find good jobs in their local community here in Hood County. Experience Works began under President Johnson in 1965 as Green Thumb. He took a rural demonstration project. He took all of the aged farmers that weren't doing too well, and they got a group together and they actually paid them to beautify the highways. A lot of people wonder, gee, I wonder why they are always beautifying the highways. Well, that's how that started. And then in 2000, it became Experience Works, doing the same thing. From the modest beginning, it grew to be a leader in providing training and job placement services, sustaining community services, and helping local organizations serving seniors and the general public. Our mission is to improve the lives of older people, those that are 55 and older, that may be unemployed, that may be earning less than 125% of the national poverty. They could be disabled, but our job is to help them become a working part of the society by getting back into the workforce and having a win-win situation. They can earn a little money. The employers here have great people they can count on that are there. They show up every day. They don't have to go out on dates and stuff like that. They're there to help. That's essentially what it is in a nutshell.
And this, of course, is National Senior Employment Month, the month of May, all May long. And so there are some myths out there, and we wanted to touch on that real quick because you showed me in your chart there, because I thought of this myself. You know, there's a lot of businesses here in Hood County, and they're always looking. I always see the help wanted signs here and there. And then I hear people say, well, I don't have a job. I don't have a job. And sometimes employers are a little bit hesitant to take on a senior as an employee, but in my opinion, they make some of the best employees. And share with us what some of those myths are, and then dispel some of those.
Well, one of the myths is that you're too old, you can't work. Well, my feeling is if you've been doing something for 4, 5, 6 years and you're dynamite at it, that's fine. If you've been doing something 25, 30, 40 years, you're even better. So my feeling is the mind is a terrible thing to waste, and we have hundreds, maybe thousands of intelligent older people out there that can be an asset to a job. A lot of folks say, well, gee, I don't know if they can show up at work, they're older, etc. If you go through the statistics and you go to almost any employer here in Hood County, they're going to say, I want an older American because they show up. What about working with the youngsters, the 20, the 30, the 40-year-olds? Well, can they matriculate? Can they get by with them? Well, I have seen a lot more stuff in the world, and so have these ladies. We have logically reasoned through it. We've worked with all sorts of customer service people, screaming ones, nice ones, people that get upset, people that are complacent, people that need a very accurate demonstration of what's going on. We've seen it all, and the people in Experience Works are customer service oriented. We know people. That's it.
Absolutely. And you know, one thing that I've found about more experienced workers as opposed to these youngsters, as you put it, is that they seem a little bit more mature, and they've been there, done it before. So if I had a business, I would be more apt to open up for somebody that could handle the situation that they've met before. And so I applaud you for having these services out there. Now, I wanted to get to Debbie Skurlock. She's here today with us. And I want you to tell us a little bit about how this program has helped you directly.
Okay. I would consider myself a professional job seeker right now. I should make up business cards, but Chuck is right in what he says. If it wasn't for Experience Works, I would have really been in a very deep, deep hole. We moved here when my mother got ill. She was in and out of nursing homes, and I was looking for a job, and at the time I was separated. We were trying to get back together. I mean, it was just a horrible time for me, and I didn't even know about this. It was my brother who was in the program once and told me about it, and he goes, I'm going to go talk to them. So he did, and here I am. And if it wasn't for Experience Works, you know, they keep you going, whereas normally when we're out there searching for jobs, we get so, you know, unhappy and disappointed that no one will let us get past that door. You know,
there's almost a bias out there for somebody that's an older person that goes to apply for a job, and they just feel, some business owners feel like, well, I don't think that they have the energy or the desire, and that's just the opposite. Like you said, you were out searching and banging those doors. You wanted to work, and you wanted to put that energy towards working.
Well, it's like I've had over 25 years of office skills.
Wow.
And I don't want to just sit back. I love to work with computers, and I used to type 95 words a minute. Well, I want to keep doing that. I like doing it. It keeps my mind busy and keeps me busy, and I feel like I'm contributing to the world, and I may even make friends that way. You know, what am I going to do? Walk on the ceiling at home?
There you go.
I don't want to do that yet. So
there you go.
So it's a great program.
If I could interject, I also mentioned that Experience Works on support services.
Right.
What type of support has EW been able to offer you?
Oh, my goodness. My mother passed away in April, and I was out for like 3 weeks, and then my husband's sister died. So it was just a very bad time for me, and I didn't work for 3 weeks. I had no money coming in, just his Social Security, and they paid my rent. So they just, I mean, they're there to back you up, you know.
I always call it social unsecurity. It just doesn't seem like it goes very far at all.
Yeah.
And you know, you need to, and if you have the desire and the ability to get out there and work, you should be able to.
Yeah.
And Experience Works, tell us about, because I was looking at the calendar that you gave me, and y'all have a great deal of networking opportunities as a help link for seniors to be able to get into certain companies. Tell us about who some of those companies are and how they are receptive to what you're doing.
Well, in Hood County, what we do is we work with host agencies. And to be a host agency, you need to be a nonprofit, what they call a 501c3 organization. So we will find the different nonprofits such as the Boys and Girls Club, the Workforce Center for North Central Texas, the senior, what is it, the senior...
Department of Aging?
Well, the Department of Aging and the senior center that goes with that. A lot of the medical places like MHMR, Medical Health and Medical Retardation. We can use schools, government officials, or county offices, things like that. And hopefully, as the participants get through their training, they may be able to be hired at the same place. We had one gal, Linda, working at the resale shop and back of one of the seafood restaurants here in Granbury. She was hired, and she's still at the resale shop. Walmart is extremely good. They have hired two of our people, David Ball and Dolores Roberts. They're still there. They love them. And they're looking to possibly hire another one right now. So those are I go out and grassroots everybody and see what's there, let them know about Experience Works, the people that we have set up the interview and things like that. So.
Another person who works directly with you is Diana Council over
Correct.
at Workforce Solutions. And I know that she's extremely excited about your program and what you do to get the awareness out there.
Actually, Debbie works as a trainee at
There you go.
Workforce.
I'm the
So-
receptionist there, and Diana Council's wonderful.
Oh,
The
wow.
the whole group that works in there, and I've had more fun working in there than anything. And it's really, they do a great work. They really do. Like, for instance, this last month, I was able to, or they gave free workshops. One was for QuickBooks, and one was for Quicken.
Oh, wow.
And those, I mean, you have to pay for normally, but they provide them. So I was able to attend those and kind of brush up on my skills on that. But it's just a great place. If you're searching for jobs, you can get, someone to sit down and talk with you and help you with your resume, whatever.
See, I like to see that. I like to see how something works where she went to Experience Works and they got her in the game, so to speak, and now she's there and extremely happy in what she's doing. Another young lady you brought with you today,
Barbara Peabody.
Pro bowler here. I heard about this bowling thing. Now, before we get into anything else, I got to talk about this bowling. Tell me what those scores were again that you were saying over there.
Well, I was in a 9-note tap, and I had a 177,
177,
204,
204,
and a 149.
and a 149. I bowled 149 one time, but it was 6 games. That is just phenomenal. Now, how long have you been bowling?
Oh, since 88.
You could make, a little extra money. I'll talk to you a little bit about that off the camera, but there's a way we could go, maybe hook some money up,
Yeah.
Minnesota Peabody.
Yes, Minnesota
Minnesota,
Peabody.
yeah.
Now, Barbara, tell me how this program has helped you directly.
Okay, I will read mine.
Okay.
I've been taking care of my husband at home until March 2011. He had to be put into a nursing home, and he passed away October 2011. The last job I had was 2009. I had to work all my life. It was really rough for me all my whole life. I always had to. September 2010, Experience Works put me on a program. I learned a lot from them, and they helped me out looking for jobs and placed me with good agencies. The first place where I was the Train Depot, September 2010. Moved to the U.S. Veterans Museum at March 2011. I'm still there, and I love it. Them fellows there help me out a lot. And these places here, that's where they train us on. That's where our hostess are. Both of them are hostess for them. And then Experience Work, helped me out when my husband passed away. They paid my water, electric, and my water bill. And you could not do or ask for a better company. I am so glad that they are out there for us people. They are making my life much better. And like you said, hobby is bowling. Thank God I have that. It's the only thing I do. I work, and I also mow lawns to make extra money.
Wow.
Now you could put the bowling and
Yeah.
the lawn, kind of.
Yeah, I am one. It's called a mixed travel league.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I travel like every two weeks, every 2 Sundays.
Now, here's a very active young lady that likes to get out there and do things.
Right.
Why in the world would companies not want to have that type of experience and that sort of vigor in their company?
Yeah.
And without agencies like yourself and the others, your hosts that y'all have, this would not be able to go on, and you would have people that would be just at home. I use this term a lot here. I call them jewels. You have these jewels, these major assets in the community. Why would you just set them in a closet somewhere?
Right.
Why wouldn't you get them out there and let them do what they do best?
Well, Experience Works is like the thorn under the blanket on a saddle. I'm there to spur people on at the grassroots. I don't do things the normal way with a book and stuff. I look at my participants as a team leader and say, okay, this participant needs this participant needs that. One of the guys that we put at Walmart had a childhood malady. He's on Social Security disability. The guy just smiles all the time. If you're at Walmart, you'll see him. But it was tough for him to get a job, and I could sit there in a classroom and tell him A, B, and C, and that doesn't get him the job. But by using the resources we had at Walmart, most of the people take, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes to fill out the Walmart application. I sat with him for 6, 7 hours to do the application. We handed it in. I told the assistant manager there could be a few mishaps on the application, and she looked me in the eye and said, hey, I take your word because of our relationship. He was hired the next day, regardless of what he put on the application. So the grassroots level is where it's at. And if you apply for the program, we have a couple of openings in Glen Rose, Somervell County, and maybe 1 or 2 in Hood County. But if you call me and you can't get on the program, I can still lead you into employment by all of the good people at the Workforce Center where Debbie's working for resume interviewing, if you need a little help with gas, things like that, especially the area on aging. If you're over 50, 55, they've got a great program if you're taking care of grandkids, how to get money for school supplies and things like that. There are people around to help. So give me a call and I can let you know what they are. If we can't put you on the program, we can still help you.
That's right. And we'll have the numbers and the website addresses to the people that people need to get a hold of up on the screen. And you can always call that. And of course, this program will re-air various times, so you can, if you did not catch the full interview, you can look back and see where it's at, or you may even call us up here and we'll tell you when you can see it. You know, as we were talking, I just thought of an analogy, and I wanted to use it because of Barbara. And that is, when you first started bowling, I'm sure you threw some gutter balls. You just probably didn't just run out there.
Yes.
You probably didn't just run out there your first time out and
right.
bowl a 300.
No.
And have you ever thrown a 300?
No, I have
never
not.
Thrown so you've never been perfect, ever.
No, never.
Well, you can kind of take that analogy to life, and that is that when you're first starting, that's when you have your bigger stumbles. The more mistakes will happen as you are a younger worker.
That's right.
But as you mature and you get older and you learn more things, all it does is make you better and better and better. And you're probably closer to a 300 game today than what you were back when you first started.
That's like me. I've been working since I've been 18 years old.
Absolutely.
I've been out there working. I'm 73.
Absolutely. And you probably know what an employer wants whenever they go to hire you.
Right. But they just, like you said, they shut the doors. They just won't, hire
Well,
us.
Chuck, I tell you what, I'm certainly glad that you came in today to give us some insight about how your program works and what all is going on. I want to give you just a few more seconds to let anybody know out there what they might need to know that we might have missed.
Well, essentially, to apply for the program, you do need to be 55 or older. You can be unemployed. You can be on disability. If your Social Security or whatever needs to be under 125% of the national poverty lines. However, if your total income or a major part of your income is disability, that actually works in your favor, because we do not count disability. Let's say you're getting 800, 900 in disability. We don't count that as 800 or 900. We count it as 0 in terms of getting into the program. That's because you're a family of 1 if you're disabled. So that helps too. And as I said, we start our next fiscal year July 1st. Hopefully we'll have a little more money. Our budget was severely cut a couple of years ago to the tune of $555 million. We're not asking for money, but we hope that our boss's bosses, when he sends the grant in, gets a few more, and we can help a lot more people here in Hood County.
And if you're an individual out there, you're not yet a senior, but of course, I see those days coming quicker for me every day. But and you want to get involved in helping a program like this, call Chuck, and he'll give you the right people to get in touch with to spur this on, because this is a program I think we need a lot more of.
Well, and the other thing too is, if you look at the statistics, the oldest growing sector of workers are the older American workers. And that's why every May is designated Older Americans Month. And this month, it's not only older Americans, but it's older Americans at play, which is why we mentioned the bowling with Barbara, and also just helping the other seniors. Barbara helps and Debbie helps the seniors that go into the workforce center, the vet center, and things they need. So it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I certainly appreciate you coming in, as well as these nice ladies telling us about the program. And of course, the numbers and the email addresses are on the screen. Contact them today. And really, I appreciate y'all bringing this in and making our public aware of it.
I would like to say, if it wasn't for Chuck, I tell you, he is a big help for us.
Yes, he is.
He helps us out. We can call him any time of the day or night. Believe us.
And I know he's out there getting the word out, because
He's
when I met
dedicated.
into him, he said, let me tell you about my program. And that's what you need more of, people like Chuck.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all coming in. This has been another great interview on Granbury TV.